Hi, I'm Ted Phillips, Democratic candidate for state senate in the upcoming special election on September 19th. This election is to fill the vacancy in the Bristol and Norfolk district created by now Norfolk County Treasurer Jim Timilty. As a lifelong resident of the town of Sharon, I'm a proud graduate of Sharon High School, and I earned my undergraduate degree in political science from the University of Massachusetts at Amherst. I also hold a master's degree in public administration from the Sawyer School of Business at Suffolk University. After graduating UMass, I returned home to Sharon and immediately got involved in my community. I've served 10 years on the town of Sharon's Finance Committee, including 3 terms as vice chair. I'm also a current member and past secretary of the Sharon Lions Club. I serve on the Master Plan Steering Committee and was also a part of Sharon's 250th Anniversary Celebration Committee. I'm a lector at Our Lady of Sorrows Parish in Sharon, where I live with my wife Bridget and our rescue dog Lincoln. For the last 11 years, I have worked as legislative staffer on Beacon Hill, starting in the Massachusetts Senate before moving over to the Massachusetts House of Representatives to work for State Representative Lou Kafka, who represents my hometown. In the decade that I've worked for Lou, my role has evolved from legislative aide to committee director for the House Committee on Steering, Policy, and Scheduling to staff director in the office of a division leader. I learned a lot during my 10 years: how to fight for constituents, how to build good pieces of legislation, and how to move those bills into law. Now it's time to put those lessons to work for the Bristol and Norfolk. I recently resigned my position in the House to campaign full-time because nobody wants to be your senator more than I do, and no candidate is going to work harder than I am to represent you. That said, there are a number of issues that I hope to tackle in the Senate. As the son of a public school teacher and a beneficiary of an outstanding K-12 public education, I have a deep appreciation for our public educators and our schools. This year, Massachusetts was ranked number 1 in the nation because of its school system, but reforms are still needed to ensure that all Massachusetts students have access to high-quality education. As your senator, I will fight to eliminate burdensome mandates, implement a moratorium on high-stakes testing, and reconsider the role that charter schools play within the system. Charter schools were intended to be laboratories of education, where best practices were developed for a 21st century education and shared with public schools. But that has not happened, leaving us with nothing but publicly funded private schools that drain needed resources from overburdened local districts. If elected, I will work to pass meaningful reforms that will bring more dollars back to school districts in the Bristol and Norfolk while removing obstacles that prevent teachers and districts from delivering the best possible education for our students. Another issue plaguing this district, and in fact the entire Commonwealth, is the opioid epidemic. Almost 2,000 friends and neighbors were taken from us last year by this scourge. Addressing this crisis requires continually reassessing what's working and what's not. I will fight to make sure that our frontline healthcare and public safety professionals have the tools that they need to continue to fight and bring about an end to this crisis. When it comes to transportation, Massachusetts lacks the world-class system that it deserves. I live on the Providence line, where all too often commuter rails trains show up late or cars short. When they do show up cars short, commuters are forced to pack the aisles, blocking conductors from being able to collect fares that are badly needed to remain financially stable. In spite of this, the T continues to push for expansion projects across southeastern Massachusetts, which I strongly oppose. I believe that our tax dollars are better spent rebuilding our crumbling infrastructure and improving existing services, as well as protecting programs like the Ride, which is a lifeline for vulnerable residents who rely on this service for basic needs. Finally, our seniors are squeezed more than ever as they make every effort to age comfortably in communities that they help to build. I support increases in programs like the Senior Circuit Breaker and the expansion of property tax work-off programs so that our friends and neighbors can make decisions about aging in place based on what's best for them and not out of financial desperation. We also need to tackle 40B reform so that the law can get back to making reasonable strides towards affordable housing instead of being used as a weapon by developers to hold communities hostage for ill-planned developments. Throughout my entire professional career, I have worked hard to effectively serve the constituents of the districts that I worked for, and I'd like to put that experience to work as your state senator. I believe that my service, both on local boards and Beacon Hill, make me the strongest candidate to deliver for the 9 communities of the Bristol and Norfolk. I hope that you'll take a minute to go online and learn more about what we're doing. Please visit www.tedphillips.org, that's 1 L in Phillips, or visit Ted Phillips for State Senate on Facebook to find out more information. Thank you so much for watching, and I respectfully ask for your vote in the Democratic primary on Tuesday, September 19th. Thank you.